The Monkey and the Wedge. Thennanam was a small but civilized village. All the people in the village were industrious and robust. They never wasted their time without a job. They all engaged always in some creative and useful works. Industrially, the village was a developed one. Whatever might be the advancements in life, all the people were really pious, and they had a lot of temples, churches, monasteries, mosques, and other various places of prayer and meditation. They were so pious that they never were primitive or cruel to dumb animals. In the village, there roamed very freely different kinds of animals and birds fearlessly. There was a large temple in the village. The deity of the temple was the tutelary god of most people in the village. In the premises of the temple, there stood a tall banyan tree spreading its branches wide around. In that tree, there lived a lot of monkeys. They were so mischievous that they made many troubles to the people frequently. But they all liked those naughty actions of the monkeys, and they fed them well, giving nuts and bananas. Somewhat near the temple, there was a workshop of a carpenter. The banyan tree stood against the workshop. From morning to night, there arose a harsh sound of sawing woods. It was a nuisance to the monkeys, and also it was a curious thing to them. All the monkeys had the ambition of entering the workshop and studying the articles inside. One day, one of the monkeys, which was the most mischievous among them, entered the workshop. Meanwhile, the carpenter was not present. He was somewhere out for some work. The monkey neared the saws and touched them. It became more and more curious about the atmosphere around and walked to and fro inside. Unexpectedly, it saw a large wood placed horizontally, raised on stakes across the workshop. The monkey jumped on it and started to study it. It sat on it and crept along it. It felt some uneasy, for there was a small stump protruding out from the wood. It wanted that obstacle to be removed from it. Actually, the wood was a half sawed one into two halves. In between the two halves, there was placed a wedge for those halves not to be joined together. The monkey started to pull away the wedge from the wood. At last, it succeeded in its attempt, and the wedge was flown out away from the wood. It was very happy, but soon it started to yell out in deep pain. It knew that its tail was caught in between the wood layers. It tried as far as it could to free its tail away from the wood, but all were in vain. It writhed its body in deep pain and continued its yelping. About this time, the carpenter came back. He saw the monkey ensnared in the grove of the wood. He took a wedge and inserted it into the cleave, hammering heavily. At last, the monkey could free its tail from the grip of the wood The carpenter rebuked the monkey for its mischief, even though it amused him greatly.